G'day viewers, Retro Man here, and welcome to a special episode on the pros and cons of this Blu-ray release. Now, Heavenly Bodies is a 1984 film. It's now 2024. It's taken 40 years for this movie to make the jump to Blu-ray. Now, it didn't even receive a DVD release, and I mean, this has really been lost since the VHS and Laserdisc days. In fact, if you wanted a Laserdisc of this movie, you had to get one from Japan. That's just how it was. But I'll tell you now, Heavenly Bodies is a movie with a fan base. And it's a dance movie, and if you've never heard of it, what are you waiting for? Go and see this movie if you're an 80s fan. So let's talk about the pros and cons of this Blu-ray, shall we? So what we have here is the original artwork, but guys, this is evocative of the 1984 or maybe 85, depending on when it came out, VHS release in the United States from Key Video. So obviously what they've tried to do here is retain the aesthetic of the old VHS release. So you haven't got a full screen shot of Cynthia Dale. You kind of got this inset pic that makes it look very much like the old Key Video release in the United States. So back when you hired this on video, it had that aesthetic to it, and it had that little Key Video logo, and they've upgraded it now with Fun City Editions. So for those that are fond of the old VHS release, you should be very happy, very pleased, I tell you, to get a cover like this. And if you flip it over to the back, you will see that once again they've tried to retain that old Key Video flavour. So that's the thing here that's running through this release, is to really retain that 80s vibe. So I think for fans that is a plus. Now, when we get down to the special features on this Blu-ray release, I think one of the big pros is that we actually get a brand new interview with the film star Cynthia Dale. Now, she talks for roughly 10 minutes and she tells you a little bit about the production. In fact, I will let you know on a great bit of trivia, this movie was shot in 18 days. So it really was a quick turnaround, and it was a Canadian production. There are some of you out there that think that this is an American film. I don't think in the movie they actually tell you what city it's set in from memory, but this was shot in Canada. It's a Canadian film, but many people think it's a US production. So Cynthia tells you a few little tidbits about the making of the film, and I tell you what, she's in her early 60s and she looks fantastic for her age. So it was really neat that Fun City Editions brought Cynthia back for an interview. So I think that's a real plus for fans of the film. Now, also on here, we get an audio commentary. I haven't watched all of that yet, but I did see a snippet of the audio commentary and it looked fun. These guys obviously have a lot of affection for the film, and I'm really excited to hear more. But what I did do was I watched the print of the movie last night, and I tell you what, they told us that this was a 4K scan of a 35mm print. In fact, the best 35mm print that they could find. Now, when it comes to the print, I must admit I was a little bit underwhelmed. You would have to say that the print of the film is very grainy, so they didn't take out any grain. And I know some of you out there, you're happy with grain. You're happy to see a little bit of grain in there. But it is very grainy at times, and those colours that you expect to pop, they're not exactly bursting out of the screen. Some of those colours are rather muted at times. But overall, I would say that this is still, regardless of those flaws, the best print of the film that I have seen, you know, probably since Laserdisc. So I don't actually own the Laserdisc, but I have seen some shots of that over the years, and that was a fairly good print of the film. So I think think they've gone probably a little bit better than the Laserdisc, but it's not exactly Blu-ray quality. I kind of think that's more a DVD style print, but it is on a Blu-ray disc. So overall, I felt that the print was a little bit lackluster. So I played this on a very big screen, and there were some imperfections, but overall it came up pretty good considering. And maybe if they're doing a 4K later on, they could actually bump it up and do one better. So fingers crossed for that. So the print of the film is just okay. It didn't blow me away. I mean, Staying Alive got a Blu-ray and 4K print through Kino Lorber last year, and that's a dance film from '83. It's a year older than this, and I tell you what, the print of that film was exceptional. It was the best print of that film since I'd seen it on the big screen. So, Heavenly Bodies, the print could have been better if it was, say, at the Staying Alive level, and it's a shame that it's not quite there. But we have it on disc. That's the plus for the fan. And Fun City Editions, when they were doing promo work for this release, they have a YouTube channel, and they have a great theatrical trailer for this movie on their channel. They also have a fun TV spot, yet on surface value, it appears that they're not included on this release. So I think that is insulting to fans. Fans really wanted to see some loaded extras on this thing. But before I say too much, here is the Heavenly Bodies menu. As you can see, the extras listed are audio commentary, video interview with Cynthia Dale, and an image gallery. But it doesn't end there. At the bottom of the menu, there is a Fun City Editions logo. If you click it, you will get a Japanese VHS print of the film. Now let's have a look at the subtitles menu. You can turn the subtitles on and off, of course, but you can choose to hit the FCE logo at the bottom and you will get a theatrical trailer for the film. Now, if you click the chapter button, you will see 5 chapter selections. But if you go down and click the FCE logo, you will get a TV spot for the film. Now, that's a fantastic bonus. These special features shouldn't have just been used as Easter eggs. I believe they should have been talking points and used as a marketing strategy. Really, I think the buyer needs to know about these extras. So that is a total downer. I mean, there's no escaping that missed opportunity. And also, I mean, they got Cynthia Dale for the interview. Wouldn't it have been nice to get her for the audio commentary? So I think we missed out on that as well. I think they should have ran with a second audio commentary where Cynthia Dale could have deep dived further into some of those more intimate moments during shooting. So I think that was a missed opportunity with Cynthia Dale. Maybe they can rectify that with a 4K release further down the track. And another plus with this release is that they do include an image gallery, and they have some great lobby cards on there. They have some Japanese promo art. So there's some really cool photos there, and it's also set to one of the songs from the movie. So I found that a really neat extra. So those are some of the pros and cons, and one of the other, I think, pros is the double-sided artwork. What we have here is some Italian artwork, which called the film Scratch Dance, and I think it's nice having that on the reversible sleeve. So that's a really cool thing. And what we also get is a booklet in here. You may have seen the booklet on my unboxing video, and this booklet is made with the aesthetic of an old 80s TV guide, one of those cable TV guides in the United States where the focus is Heavenly Bodies. And there is an attention to detail here. They've had a lot of fun, obviously, producing this booklet, and I think that is a cool addition. There's an essay in the back of the booklet here. I've had a read of that. That is very good. The essay is by Margaret, and it really is a nice read. So we have the booklet. That's a plus. The artwork, well, if you're a fan of the old VHS artwork, you will be happy to see that VHS artwork on here. Personally, myself, I can get a little bit nitpicky. I think I'd like to see that image of Cynthia Dale full screen. I would have liked to have seen that blown up, and maybe they could have had the VHS artwork as the reversible art. And maybe what they could have done is put the Italian artwork inside the booklet. That's just an idea. But I think the other downer for people that didn't get onto this straight away and purchase it is that Fun City Editions only did a limited edition slipcover release. Now, those slipcovers were only available on their website for a limited time, and I really would have liked to have had this release in a slipcover. I kind of let that go because I'm in Australia and Fun City are in the United States, and it really cost an absolute mozza to jump on board and try and import that slipcover release. So I got this for a reasonable price through another outlet. I think it would have really been nice to have the slipcover become issued as the standard release. It would have just made the actual packaging a lot nicer, particularly because this film has, been a long time coming for fans. So lacking that slipcover aesthetic is a little bit of a downer, but I'm sure people in America that were die-hard fans jumped on board, and maybe I think there was 1,000 of them available, so those sold very fast. But all pros and cons aside, let's just say I'm very happy that Heavenly Bodies has finally made the jump to disc. And the film looks okay, it sounds okay, and the lead actress here, Cynthia Dale, I tell you what, she did a really good job, and she tried so hard. And you can see when you watch this film that Cynthia really gave it her all in those dance scenes. And that is the reason why, when it comes to dance sequences, Heavenly Bodies in some ways is a cut above some of the others. I mean, we all know what happened with the Flashdance debacle and Jennifer Beals. So Cynthia Dale won out on that, but really it's a shame that she didn't get to capitalise on this film and do another dance movie. I know she's done a lot of stage work over the years, but it would have been great back in the 80s to see another dance movie from Cynthia. But anyway, we have this film 40 years on Blu-ray. This is a bit of a celebration now for fans of this movie. We felt that it was never going to happen, and it was a music rights issue. There was 3 songs that were caught up in all of this that they had to get clearance with, and when they got that clearance, they finally moved ahead, Fun City, and released this. So very happy with the release. Like I said, a few missed opportunities, but if you love this movie, still make sure you buy this Blu-ray. So anyway, that's my take, the pros and cons, if you will, of the Heavenly Bodies release. But man, I tell you what, I will be watching this film again very soon because I really enjoy 80s dance movies, and this is one that's just slipped by the wayside for so long. But nevertheless, this is a lost movie, and getting it on Blu-ray after all these years is just such a warm feeling. So working out, reaching and winning, Heavenly Bodies, really the best and one of the few films that Cynthia Dale made. And I tell you what, the soundtrack to this movie is an absolute knockout. So for those of you out there that are very fond of the soundtracks for Flashdance and Footloose, You will find that the soundtrack of this film is also very cool. There is just so many great songs that propel the action on the screen. It's just like a wall-to-wall soundtrack at times, and I think the music really raises the bar with this one. So Heavenly Bodies on Blu-ray, thanks to Fun City Editions. And for those of you that want more on Heavenly Bodies, check out my special Lost Movies of the 80s episode where I unbox this release. So if you've missed that one, guys, definitely go back and check that out. So as always, guys, please like, comment, and subscribe. And in those comments below, please get the conversation started on this release. Were you happy with the print of the film? Do you think maybe they could have included a soundtrack album with this release? Maybe they should have went for a deluxe issue for the fans. And tell me what you think of those extras. It was a missed opportunity, but it was great to see Cynthia doing so well in her early 60s. So tell me all of that in the comments below. Share your Heavenly Bodies memories, and you will see Retro Man again very soon. And if you haven't already, hit that notification bell so you're alerted for my next episode. So until next time, this is Retro Man, living the dream. Retro style. Stay gold.
Thanks for watching. Retro Man will return faster than a boomerang. But in the meantime, please check out these other episodes.